Ariana had carried the ache of her broken heart for so long that it had become a second heartbeat inside her, quiet, constant, and painfully familiar, like a shadow she could never step out of. Every day, she woke up hoping the pain would finally loosen its grip, and every night she fell asleep wondering why it still hurt to remember someone who had already forgotten her. She had loved deeply, honestly, fiercely, yet somehow she ended up standing alone, holding the pieces of a future she once imagined with someone who walked away without offering even a goodbye worthy of the memories they shared. Friends told her she was strong, that she would move on, that time heals everything, but they didn't know the truth, that time doesn't heal unless the heart is ready to let go, and Ariana wasn't ready, not yet, because every piece of her still echoed with the absence of the person who left. One evening, exhausted from pretending she was fine, she walked out into the cold air without knowing where she was going. Her steps felt heavier than her thoughts, and before she realized, she found herself standing in front of a small, forgotten library hidden between tall buildings like a secret sanctuary waiting for tired souls. The wooden door creaked gently as she entered, and the warm, golden silence inside wrapped around her like a soft embrace. The place felt ancient, sacred, as if thousands of hearts before hers had come seeking the same thing, peace. As she wandered between the shelves, her fingers brushing old spines, her eyes fell on a small, delicate book with a fading cover that read Prayer for Emotional Healing. Something about the title pulled her closer. It felt like the book itself was calling her. She sat near a dusty window where moonlight pooled like silver water and opened the fragile pages with trembling hands. The words she saw carved themselves directly into her aching soul. Dear God, touch the wounds I hide even from myself. Lift the sorrow that has grown heavy in my bones. Teach me to forgive what hurt me, to release what broke me, and to love myself even on the days I feel unworthy. As she read, memories flooded her, moments she tried to bury, moments she couldn't erase, moments where she blamed herself for not being enough, and suddenly the tears she had trapped behind her strength began to fall silently. Not because she was weak, but because her heart was tired of carrying everything alone. She whispered the prayer aloud, her voice shaking like a fragile flame in the wind. Give me the courage to rise again, even when my spirit feels too tired to fight. Give me peace that doesn't depend on answers, and hope that returns even after being lost. With every word she spoke, something inside her loosened, the tightness in her chest, the heaviness in her breathing, the belief that she deserved the pain she carried. She closed her eyes and let herself feel everything she had avoided for so long, and in doing so, she felt a small shift, a quiet warmth spreading in the space where grief once lived uncontested. She stayed in the library for hours, holding the book like it was a map back to herself, repeating the prayer whenever her heart trembled, until she realized that healing doesn't happen when the pain disappears. Healing begins the moment you stop fighting your own feelings and allow yourself to be human again. When she finally stepped outside, the night air felt different, lighter, almost softer, as though the world, too, had been waiting for her to release what she could no longer carry. Ariana walked slowly under the dim streetlights, feeling something she hadn't felt in months, the faintest spark of hope, tiny but real. She realized that healing wasn't a destination, it was a journey, a slow unfolding, like dawn gradually replacing the night. She understood she wouldn't wake up healed tomorrow or the day after, but she also understood something far more important, that for the first time, she was walking toward healing instead of running from pain. And as she whispered the prayer once more under the open sky, she finally accepted a truth she had always resisted. She was not broken beyond repair. She was a soul learning to rise again, a heart rediscovering its own strength. A woman slowly remembering that even the deepest wounds can bloom into light when touched with faith, patience, and the courage to love herself again.